Soil individual or a polypedon. Soil individual is a collection of similar types of pedon bonded on the all sides by a not soil materials or a pedons of unlike characteristics. The minimum areas of polypedon is more than 1 kilometer per inward 1 kilometer and the unsatisfied maximum area. So now the generations of the horizon affected by the pathogenesis and layers not affected by a pathogenesis. A soil mold includes the six soil molds includes serving as foundations, emitting and absorbing gases, providing habits, interacting with the water, recycling nutrients, and supporting human cycle. Uh, Soil horizons are of two types: genetic horizons and diagnostic horizons. Um, Discussion in this slides is restricted to the genetic horizon or the designations of the genetic horizon OAE, etc. Only explains on the qualitative judgment uh, about the change that have taken place in the soil materials. Diagnostic horizon. Diagnostic horizon it means a molecule, empiric and object, etc. Are the quantitatively defined features that are used or differentiated between the different categories of a soil lexicon. Genetic horizon can be broadly classified into three categories: master horizon, transitional and combination horizon, and sub-bounded destinations with the master horizon. Repeatedly, the genetic horizon can be broadly classified into three categories: master horizon, transitional and combination horizon, and subordinated distinction within a master horizon. First one are master horizon. Master horizon, the capital letters are used O A O A E B C R. Letter on a soil surface down and a G L and horizon of the when O in A clear generated in power of at any depth below the surface. It is buried at a horizon formed below soil, or it may be uh, any depth below the surface if it buried a horizon formed by inundation of organic materials into a medium subsoil is not a horizon or it is a horizon that have found in this land a considerable amount of water. A horizon, mineral horizon, that has formed at the surface or below an O horizon. This is horizon shows the accumulation of humidified organic matter closely mixed with the mineral fixation or properties resulting from a cultivation and partial and the similarly kinds of the distributions percent ammonium and alluvial deposit are not considered to be a erosion unless avoided. E-horizon, mineral horizon, in which the main feature is the loss of silicate clay, iron, and aluminum. Some combination of this leaving behind the concentration of sand and silt particles. And the E-horizon is the most commonly differentiated from an underlying B-horizon by a color of high value uh, or a lower chroma. Both by a coarser texture or a combination of these properties. This horizon is lighter in a color and has less organic matter. Then E-horizon is a horizon also called E-horizon is a equation horizon. E-horizon that has formed below an APO horizon. This shows pattern or under of the soil characteristics like accumulation of the clay, humus, iron, and carbons. Gypsums, strongly gelling, hollow chroma. Models and the alterations associated with the formation of the granular block-link prismatic structure. This horizon can be generally considered as a layer of the accumulation or the deviation horizon. Sea horizon or a layer. Sea horizon is ideally represented the parent interior form, which with the soil above the ground. Since many soil are transported by the water and ice, the soil may not have a parental legacy. With the horizons above, our layer, our layer strongly cemented to indurate bedrocks such as granite, basalt, and quartz, limestone, and sandstone. L horizon on layer, it is includes both organic and mineral limit materials that are the deposited in the rock by a or through the action of the algae or patterns. These include crop genesis or of the sedimentary bed. Patterns are on a more. These layers are found on the surface. And root limiting subsoil layers consisting of layers horizontally oriented human manufacturing materials. Example of the material taken and the geotextile liner, rubber and the plastic. W layer. This symbol indicates a water layer within or within the soil. A water layer is designated for the environment if the molecule is a permanently frozen. The W and the F designation is not used for the waterized or water soils. Second one is the additional and the combination of reason dominated by the properties of one master reason, but having the subordinate properties of another. A, B, C, and D. It is called a transitional computation. What are the concepts? As a characteristics of the both, the horizon is more like the horizon and horizon. Combination horizon is a composed of the two distinct that have the recognizable properties of the kinds of master horizon. A, B, and B, C, etc. First symbol indicates horizon have with the better following than another. Subordinate distinguished between master horizon and A. Lowercase letters are used as a suffix to designate specific lines of the master horizon. The term accumulation is used is meaning of the definition of such horizon to indicate that this horizon must contain more opportunity for discussion than is represent to have been present in the suffix symbols and their meaning like A means I in position or in materials, B means genetic process, C means calculations or derivations, D is distinctions, E means organic material and the included position, F is a person or F double F means a die from of achievements are strongly trending, achievements are accumulation sex oxide, iron society, and position of genocides, and double genes evidence of the prior clearance, gain is accumulation of arguments, and communication, and incurations, and circulation of certain. He makes a village of many students and is a village of armies welcome. On the song that works as means individual accumulation of the success and the organ factor as means appearance of the sadness sites and the two means accumulation of the statements and corresponding characteristics by its accumulation of gypsum with channels accumulation of the software this but one more distance between master producer and players soil based 2014 is soil taxonomy. Soil farming factors of packaging factors is a product of the combination of interactions of the soil farming factors and the soil farming process. Soil farming factors and the properties of the soil for direct relations between them the various different which are expressed from the stimulation to form the soil. Data which they 1889 was the first to show the third bonds and define the pattern on the register and the established that they develop the distinct horizons under the influence of current material boundary and organs, which he put as the as studied as the transparent as organs. That letter on the gem in the 1941 added two neural factors to the analyte. Start in his study that all the five common factors at the seems to speak at on the point of the surface. Like climate bias where we are particularly materials. These are further classified into two groups: active and issues or falling factors given by J.G. Joseph and 1949. It may be represented like S is equal to F to CA bias and I bias and example of the climate on bias. PC traditional factor provide us with funding condition on Mars or the green skeleton, which serve as a base on the which active soil forming factors for the development of soil is due to course of time. Example of parent material or time. A brief, a brief description of the effect of the soil forming factors on the soil characteristics as under the soil forming factors and their description just climate, precipitation and the temperature. Description conduct the most influence of activity in the soil affect the soil formation related to like water and pH. How is the composition and molecular form of percolation water acts as conveyor belt to carry solid material over that this material are deposited at the various factors according to the soil. Indirectly, it extracts the nutrient whether flora and value supply energy in the form of and called rainfall is a more significant climatic element of the nature of the soil and climate formation of the plants. Cold or humid climate formation of follows also warm and humid climate formation of laterite and laterite. Temperature is a second important factor of the climate. It is influenced by chemical reactions involved in a soil formation. According to Von Law, with every 10 degrees centigrade rise in the temperature, the speed of chemical reactions increases by the factor of 2 or 3. Their process applies to working minerals which release soluble components and thus helping soil. For example, warm and humid climate of tropic region, weathering rocks form of heaters 30 to 40 meters. Cold temperature region weathering of rocks from a few centimeters 1 meter. Cold and humid is a rate of organic matter to decay very slow. An arid region low content of organic matter. The nitrogen and play is in soil. Biosphere and flora and fauna. Vegetation is an active factor of soil formation, which constitutes certain components of the soil. And this matter it is the source of the food for the soil or organism, and it is one of the most important indicators of the soil. The composition of the matter is organic acid, which help in the breakdown of the molecular present in the present of resulting in the release of the acid, essential plant and it also improves soil properties by way of the cooling water and nutrient holding. Colloidal properties of the soil and reducing tendency of the crust formation and soil erosion by a way and water. Microorganisms such as rodents, moles, snails, earthworms, termites, millipedes, centipedes, etc. owing to their borrowing habits or systems along the soil materials. By doing so, they regulate better differentiation of the soil erosion and con- concentrated in the process of the soil. Microorganisms such as bacteria, fungi, mosquitoes, protozoa, and nematodes habits in a large number of soil and play an important role in the decomposition of soil. Organic matter it's also help the decomposition level matter for production of organic acid. Rapid decomposition of soil materials depends on organic habits and the environment of the decomposition of these chemicals in the different layers during the development of the soil. Really what topography really find denoted denoted the contributions of the land surface will indicate the growth which topography expresses. Regulations of land surface on the floor and soil matter and clean walls in the form of suspension with flowing water from the upland and get deposited in the lower. Thus affecting the soil formation generally low soil are darker in color, high pH and easy clay and organic matter content. Soil formation is very poor on a steep slope due to erosion. Gently sloping flat land and ideal on a soil due to higher rate of the water conservation and leaching of the soil constituents on a flat land. Origin differentiation on rapid and the depth of the soil is more or compared to the upland and lowland vegetation. In lowland expressions, water is available but population is a very poor deposition after and organic articles moisture laws and the soil force. The soil development is a very the term Katana was introduced by a Jane Milton in 1935 for the sequence of the topographically related soil which have a comfortable current particular climate and the age of so presents of characteristics because of the variation in the Parent material generally in a type of became as the initial stage of a soil system, the uh, time zero of soil formation, or it may be defined as the loosest unconsolidated mass of mineral matter formed open upon the weathering of the rocks, which serves as the raw materials of soil formation. Parent material may be classified as the basis of a agent of depositions and alluvium by water and Luxurian by a lake, marine by a ocean, and diurnal or losses and Eolian by a wind. Colpovium by a gravity action and the tail and Moran by a ice. The role of the parent materials in the soil formation is perceived as a different kinds of the parent material may produce a similar soil when active factors, climate and the biosphere in the air remain the same. However, in the initial stage of the soil um, formation, the soil properties the governed by the nature of the parent material, but with the time of the influence of the parent materials on the properties of gradually dimensions. The parent material determines the soil properties such as the texture, structure, water holding capacity, and the clay content. It may affect the downward momentum of water, which is important the soil profile development. The soil The soil calcimorphic or hydromorphic, where the compositions of parent materials resist the effect of the climate and the vegetations are called as the endo, endodynamorphic soil. The existence of this soil is a temporary until the climate decomposition because active under the influence the climate and vegetation. The endodynamorphic soil, pedozole and laterite, develop the normal profile under the influence of active soil forming factors, climate and biosphere. Time soil formation is a natural process which requires the thousands of the year to develop to mature pattern. The periods of the time are developed by the nature from the stage of a parent material to the stage of the form of formation of the mature soil A, B, C, and horizons is considered as the pathogenic time. The rate of soil development aging varies among the soil. The warm, humid climate, flat to gently slopy topography, sandy parent material are favorable for a soil formation, whereas cold and arid climate, clay parent materials, steep slope and flood plains and active of boring animals rated pace of the soil profile development. Soil forming process, pathogenic process, most geological process, liftment, and the mountains, Iceland operate very slowly in nature, but the pathogenic process, although slow in terms of human life, but the process at the faster rate than the geological process to convert the parent material into a mature soil showing a distinct horizon ABC. The pathogenic process are the extremely complex and dynamic involving many chemical and biological reactions and different process or combination of a process operate under the influence of soil forming factor. The basic process involved in the operation of soil forming process are the addition or gain of water, mineral and organic matter in the soil, losses of the abundant materials from the soil, transformation of minerals and organic materials within the soil, transfer or translocation of energy and the matter, mineral and organic. All this promote horizon differentiation by the way of a transformation of a soil materials, mineral and organic matters resulting in the release of a soluble salt and carbonate, oxide, silica, clay, minerals and the organic acid and their subsequent translocation and the percolating water and its deposition of at a very. Hello everyone, this is priyanshu, assistant professor of Chemistry and Bihar University. Today we will going to talk about a soil structure. Soil, what is a soil structure and uh, soil aggregates. So let's see what is a soil structure. Soil structure, it is a particular importance in the absorption of the water and the circulation of air. A desirable structure should have a higher proportion of medium size aggregates and uh, prescribable number of and an appreciable number of the large pores through which water and air can move. Structure of both the B horizon and A horizon is a very crucial to a proper drainage in infiltration and productivity in soil with a poor structure root penetration in limited, thus the reducing the plant's access to water and nutrients. The structure of the A horizon has received a great deal of attention because of the its relation to seedbed preparation, B horizon potential aeration, water infiltration, overall soil health. So let's see soil structure. The primary soil particles do not exist as such. Um, such in a natural condition, but the broad bonded together into a large units of aggregates, usually termed as secondary particles. These aggregates formed under a natural condition are called pads. Whereas an irregular shaped, coherent mass of soil formed during a tillage operation is called a clod. Solid structure is defined as the arrangement of a primary and secondary soil particle in a certain structure pattern. This arrangement result in information of different sized pores. Therefore, a soil structure may also be defined as the arrangement of the various sized soil pores in certain structure pattern. So now is the important of soil structure. Soil structure influence almost all the plant growth factors like water supply, retention, aeration, availability of a plant, nutrient, heat, root penetration, microbial activity, and etc. Strong aggregations decreases uh, decrease detachability and transportability of soil particles via water and wind, and thus reduce the runoff and soil erosion. Solid structure is useful for a classification of soils. It is affected by a tillage, cultivation, and application of fertilizer, manure, lime, gypsum, and irrigation. Classifications of soil structure. Uh, Soil structure is described and classified based on the types of the type as determined by a shape and arrangement. The class as a differentiated by a size, and third one is the grade as a determined by a distinctness and the durability of pads. So types of structure based on shape and arrangement of a pad. Soil structure is classified as a simple and the compounds, and simple structure, natural cleavage, planes are absent. Simple structure is of two types: uh, simple granite and massive. In single granite structure, particles are completely unattached to each other, as in case of a loose sand. And while in a massive structure, particles are the bonded in a large cohesion, non-structured mass. In case of a surface crust, plow, pane, and the clay pan. In compound structure, In compound structure, natural cleavage planes are visible with a naked eyes. This shape are individual paired and described according to relative length and vertical and horizontal axis by a shape and their edges. Compound structure is four types of depending upon a shape and their characteristics, like first one, types of compound soil structure and their characteristics. Type one is a blocky all the shape and characteristics of a blocky, all the three dimensional of a pets are of about same size, providing a shape of a block having a flat and rounded face. These pets are further divided into a angular blocky and the subangular blocky. In the former face are a flat and the edges and corner are sharp, while in the letterfish and the edges are mainly rounded. The blocky structure usually found in a B horizon and promotes good drainage, aeration, and root penetration. Second one is a prismatic. The pads are elongate more in vertical than in a horizontal direction. Given a column-like shape, vertical cleavage planes are the predominant. When the top of pads are relatively angular and flat, is called a prismatic, and when rounded, it is called a columnar. Prismatic structure commonly occurs in subsurface horizon in a arid and semi-arid region, and poorly drained soil of a humid region having a swelling type of clay. Platy horizontal axis is a longer than a vertical axis, resulting the plate-like appearance. Horizontal cleavage planes are predominant. When the pad are s- thick, they are called platy, and when thin are called laminar. Platy structure is often inherited from a parent material and may also be formed due to a compaction of a clay soil by a heavy machinery. Plate structure restricted infiltration and percolation and aeration soil. Spherical pits are roughly spherical and granular and subdivided into a granular and crumbs. Granular structure is less porous than the thumb due to a low organic matter content. Spherical structure formed by a biotic activity in surface horizon and promotes infiltration, percolation, aeration, and root penetration in soil. Classes of soil structure on the basis of size aggregates. Each type of soil structure is further subdivided into five classes. The size of aggregates is a certainer of quantitative classifications of soil structure. Porous and sand size aggregates are more favorable for plant growth and very smaller or very large aggregates. So grade of soil structure. Grades of soil structure. It is a qualitative means of the classification of soil structure. Qualitative means of classification of soil structure. Grades of soil structure are the identified on the basis of the stability of the grades. Stability of a grades refers to their resistance to dis- disruption by impact of raindrops under a submerged condition. It is influenced by a moisture content amount and type of clay and nature of the adsorbed cation and organic matter content of a soil. High moisture content, colonite clay, developed cations and high organic matter content make the aggregates relatively soft. Three structure grades have been identified as a weak, moderate, and strong. So, grades of soil structure. To describe to soil structure, the sequence, grade, class, and type of the followed for example: strong, porous, angular, blocky, moderate, thin, platy, and weak, fine, prismatic structure. Like a great weak, first one is weak, so characteristics are poorly formed, indistinct pads with which are not as stable. Moderately developed pads which are fairly stable and distinct. A strong, a very well developed pad which are quite stable and distinct. So genesis of structure refers to the uh, cases and method of formation of aggregates. The following two processes are the involved in the genesis of structure. First one is a flocculation. Flocculation. Flocculation, it is an electrokinetic phenomena is in which positive and negative charge are involved in a soil water suspension, and the clay particles with a high jet